BBC News.
Well, I'm now joined by the economists Vicky Price and Cornelia Meyer. Lovely to see you both this morning. So we were hearing there about some of the reaction in Europe to this result here late yesterday. Vicky, I would imagine Brussels are wondering what Parliament will propose next.
Well, absolutely, and we have to wait perhaps until Monday, assuming, of course, that Theresa May survives this, or her government survives this vote of confidence, which probably she will. Brussels has already said, come back and tell us what actually are you looking for, and of course the clock is ticking. The interesting thing from what I was listening to Theresa May's talk straight after the vote that she lost, she actually did make a very big hint, or gave a big hint, that the no-deal Brexit option was one that she wasn't going to go down with, and I think that's quite an important development. We have to wait and see whether that gets substantiated. Of course, businesses are looking at this right now, are wondering what is going to happen next. Remember that she had actually, for once, gone to business and asked them to support her withdrawal agreement, when for 2 years she had completely ignored everything that businesses were telling her. I mean, businesses would love to stay in general in the EU, and they were accepting the withdrawal agreement only because it just allowed them a transition period, it allowed them a bit of time to breathe, it allowed a customs union. So now, of course, they're going to be wondering what will happen next. And remember, we've had a real drop in business investment, confidence has dropped very significantly, so they're just waiting to see. So the next few days are going to be very crucial.
Next few days will be very crucial. Or Cornelia, both Donald Tusk, Jean-Claude Juncker, Michel Barnier, all reacting, saying they're, frustrated by this result. They're disappointed. They obviously brokered this deal with Theresa May. They feel, from their perspective, this is the best Brussels can offer the UK.
Absolutely, and what they have said very clearly is, okay, if you want to extend Article 50 to figure out what you want to do, tell us what you want. So, to Vicky's point, it is very crucial, if she survives, which we expect she will, that she comes back. She says now she will consult with Parliament. She hasn't really done this consultation before. It's not only with business, also within Parliament sufficiently. It will be very crucial that she comes back with a clearly delineated proposal. Otherwise, Tusk and Barnier will say, well, so what?
Vicky, in terms of the impact on the UK economy so far, your thoughts about that?
Well, we've seen a slowdown already because businesses have basically decided they're not going to spend any money until they're certain of what the outcome would be. I mean, of course, even if we had a transition period, if we still have a transition period of 2 years, maybe longer, things would be slightly safer for them, if you like, but there will be so many negotiations still to take place. So the outcome isn't clear. We've seen businesses already rethinking their supply chains. The small firms are already screaming. We've seen what's going on also with the consumer. Very uncertain despite high employment. They're not really spending anything like as much as people had expected. What will happen this year? Many people are forecasting a slowdown in growth. We already had a slowdown in 2018. So how much slower can you get? And that's a real serious issue for Theresa May too, when she's looking at what she can do next.
And Cornelia, for European businesses, they're as anxious about this, aren't they,
well,
as UK businesses?
Well, absolutely. If you look at it, I mean, a lot of them, they're suppliers into our supply chain. And for them, these are just in time, very, very, very tight supply chains. So having to stop at the border for a long time doesn't work. The City of London is the other problem. If you talk to the likes of Deutsche Bank, they say, well, what are we supposed to do? We may have to relocate so many people if, in case we are crashing out. And you see that UBS has put their European headquarters from here to Frankfurt. Deutsche Bank has relocated many staff. So, it's not been good, and the Bank of England said as much as should there be, in case, which we don't hope, should there be a hard Brexit, it would mean minus 7.5 to minus 8% of GDP.
Some, Vicky, are saying they're very concerned if, Article 50 is extended, if this process does take longer. This just makes, the political merry-go-round go round and round faster, and for businesses, for the economy, it stalls that element of certainty. They're not getting any of that anytime soon.
That's absolutely true. But of course, if the end result is a better one, if indeed it's either a really soft Brexit or perhaps we stay in, and a lot of the problems that particularly small firms are facing go away, because big firms can do all sorts of things. They can relocate, change the structure, the logistics, fine. But if it does end up with something which is much better for business, then I think probably it's not going to be that bad for businesses that can wait. But how long? That's the real question. Is it just a few months, or is it going to be much longer? And of course, anything could happen. If there is a referendum, it might, of course, take quite some time for it to take place, and the outcome will still be uncertain, of course.
All right, Vicky Pryce, Cornelia Meyer, thank you both so much. It's been great to get your analysis on that.